Every single government says it supports truth. Every country claims to support freedom. Although, around the world, the reality is different. Journalists are arrested, websites are blocked, newsrooms are attacked, and information itself has become a battlefield. In some countries, reporters investigate corruption freely, but in others, asking the wrong question can destroy a career or end a life. And every single year, there is an international ranking that attempts to measure something surprisingly difficult. How free is the press? Really? Yes, how free is the press? This is the story of the World Press Freedom Index. A free press is often called the watchdog of democracy because journalism does something powerful. It investigates, it questions authority, it exposes corruption, and it gives ordinary people access to information. Information that, in the majority of the cases, governments, corporations, or powerful groups might prefer to keep hidden. Throughout modern history, journalists have uncovered scandals, war crimes, financial corruption, and political abuse, sometimes changing entire countries in this process. But free journalism has always made powerful people uncomfortable. Because information is power, and whoever controls information can shape public opinion, politics, and even reality itself. The ranking analyzes dozens of factors, like journalist safety, government censorship, political pressure, media independence, legal protections, and online freedoms. Countries then receive scores. This attempt is to measure how freely journalists can actually work, and the results reveal enormous differences between nations. Some countries consistently rank near the top, while others remain among the most restrictive on earth. But measuring press freedom is not always so simple, because censorship today does not always look like censorship in the past. Modern control can be subtle. Economic pressure, online manipulation, political intimidation, or algorithms controlling visibility itself can be factors that impact directly on how this information is noticed. Countries like Norway, Finland, Denmark, and Sweden frequently rank among the world's freest media environments because journalists often benefit from strong legal protections, high institutional trust, low corruption, and relatively independent media systems. In many of these countries, press freedom is treated not merely as a political value, but as a structural part of democracy itself. And historically, societies with stronger press freedom tend to experience higher transparency, greater government accountability, and also, the most important, lower corruption levels. But even highly ranked democracies can face growing challenges, especially in the digital age. Social media feeds, cyber warfare graphics, bots, deepfakes, online propagandas, massive data centers. All of these things on internet transformed journalism forever. And information now moves globally in seconds. Anyone with a smartphone can be a publisher, but this digital revolution also created new dangers, like disinformation campaigns, algorithms, manipulation, political polarization, state-sponsored propaganda, and also online harassment against journalists. Some governments no longer need to fully censor newspapers. Instead, they flood the information space itself, creating confusion, distrust, and competing realities. And suddenly, the question is no longer only, can journalists speak freely? Can society still distinguish truth from manipulation? Well, in some parts of the world, journalism remains extremely dangerous. Reporters covering corruption, organized crime, or authoritarian governments often face intimidation, arrest, or violence. Some disappear entirely. Others are forced into exile and into conflict zones. Journalists frequently risk their lives simply to document reality. Because authoritarian systems understand something very well. Controlling information can be just as powerful as controlling armies. So, the World Press Freedom Index does not claim that any country is perfect, and press freedom itself press freedom remains constantly under pressure. This pressure is not only the political pressure, but it is also the economic pressure and the digital pressure, unavoidably. But the index shows something important. Freedom of information cannot simply be assumed. It must be protected, because without independent journalism, societies lose one of their most important safeguards against corruption, against abuse, and authoritarianism. In a world increasingly shaped by information warfare, the battle for truth may become one of the defining struggles of the 21st century.